Hello and welcome to Reality Check. Ram Navami in West Bengal has traditionally been a time of prayer and celebration, but not this year. As Ram Navami processions made their way through the towns and streets of Bengal, violence has erupted across the state. As of tonight, 3 killed, many wounded, a police officer who may have lost his hand. As has now become predictable, the ruling Trinamool Congress and the BJP have blamed each other. The TMC says that the BJP and the Sangh Parivar have weaponized Ram Navami, turning peaceful processions into heavily armed shows of strength, often set to the chant of incendiary slogans, sparking riots as they enter Muslim areas. The BJP claims that the TMC and the police are complicit in the violence by not offering protection to the yatras and by protecting Muslim aggressors. Monadeepa Banerjee reports from Raniganj, north of Kolkata, ground zero of the latest round of bloodshed.
This is pretty much where it started yesterday, all the trouble that swamped this little town in West Bengal.
आए थे बाहर से रहने के लिए ट्रीटमेंट के बारे में फिर हम चला जा रहा अभी अनसेफ कंडीशन सोच रहे हैं.
It is from this Hindu-dominated neighborhood that the Ram Navami procession set out. The rally, organized by the BJP and the VHP. As the rally passed through a Muslim neighborhood, violence erupted. One person killed, horrific injuries to a police officer when a bomb hit his arm and burst. A first for this area where mosques and temples stand cheek by jowl and where communal flare-ups have been minor. The BJP blames the Trinamool government and the police.
तृणमूल नेता का इशारा पर ही ये सारा कुछ हो रहा है, उनका सरकार है. और इसके बाद पुलिस को वहाँ जो है जानकारी था कि रानीगंज में सेंसिटिव इलाका कौन है. अगर पुलिस पर्याप्त मात्रा में अगर वहाँ व्यवस्था किया रहता तो ये घटना नहीं घटता.
The Trinamool blames the BJP for plotting violence, specifically local BJP MP Babul Supriyo. He was on his way to Raniganj when violence erupted. Later, he put out a series of incendiary tweets, squarely blaming the minority community for the violence, even tweeting photographs and a video.
कम्युनल बात करना, टेंशन लगाना और जिस तरह की बातें वे ट्वीट पे कर रही हैं, ये देख के लगता है कि पहले से ये ट्वीट उन्होंने पहले से डिजाइन करके रखा था, सोच के रखा था दिमाग में कि इस तरह की घटना घटेगी, उसके बाद मैं इस तरह का ट्वीट करूंगा.
So that's what it is. That's the hypocrisy. That's the kind of politics that Ram Navami is doing.
The only good news is the wounded police officer is stable.
The fires are being put out at Raniganj, but here at Hartola Market you can see the smoke is still spiraling up into the air. There is nobody here to talk to, but this is mute witness to the violence that this town saw yesterday. At Raniganj with Anirudh Tripathi, Monadeepa Banerjee, NDTV.
All right, and also news coming in tonight that Asansol, the town near Raniganj, is tense. There's a threat of violence there. The police are out in force. Okay, I spoke a short while ago to Mukul Roy. He is, of course, now with the BJP, earlier a senior leader of the Trinamool Congress. He joined me from Siliguri, and I began by asking him, sir, that the question here is, the allegation is that this round of violence over Ram Navami is being instigated by the BJP, by the Sangh Parivar.
I am not agreed with your question. Bengal is running through the state-sponsored terrorism, and it is going on for the last 2 years.
Okay, but the fact that processions are now being taken out by members of your party, by members of the Sangh Parivar, brandishing weapons, this never used to happen before.
This is not nothing new. Bengal is celebrating the Ram Navami and Ram Navami issue for a long time. It is not only the first one, it has been going on, passing on for at least long, at least 100 years ago.
All right, celebrating it for a long time. But I want to put up an image on the screen just to give you an idea of what the difference could be. This is Dilip Ghosh. He is the state president of the BJP. And in these images, he's seen actually carrying weapons, brandishing weapons before leading these professions. Surely you accept some culpability, Mr. Mukul Roy, for the BJP's role in the violence.
Again, this is not new, and this is invited by Mamata Banerjee for provocating statement and others, and she is only responsible for this type of incident.
How is Mamata Banerjee exactly responsible if it's members of your party who have actually turned Ram Navami into some kind of display of weapons and aggression?
Question does not arise as because Mamata Banerjee is never going for Ram Janmabhoomi issue. This is the first time he addressed his peoples to observe the Ram Janmabhoomi. Again I say, the weapons has also been used in the procession by the members of the Legislative Assembly elected as a candidate of Trinamool Congress. She can't refuse it.
Right. When you say Ram Janmabhoomi, I think what you are actually saying is Ram Navami. But I want to ask you, one of your own party leaders, a union minister in fact, Babul Supriyo, has sent out a series of tweets where essentially he squarely blamed Muslims for the bloodshed. He says all of this is instigated by the Muslims. Do you agree with him?
I can only say this is most unfortunate. I cannot say more than that.
Are you saying that what Mr. Supriyo has said is unfortunate?
No. I cannot say. I am saying the incident which has been take place on Raniganj, that is unfortunate. I am not going to say the statement which is given by my colleague Babul Supriyo, it is unfortunate.
Okay, you've clarified. I just want to ask you though, now you're saying there's state-sponsored terrorism under Mamata Banerjee. But you never felt that when you were with the Trinamool Congress.
That's why I am leaving the party.
So you left the party because of state-sponsored terrorism. This never struck you all the years you were with her, with the Trinamool.
The manner in which the government is running, the manner in which the present government is running, it is a one kind of fascism.
Okay.
It is more than 34 years of Jyoti Basu's regime.
Right.
It is the regime of Siddhartha Shankar Rai.
All right, Mukul Roy, thanks very much indeed for that state-sponsored terrorism, he says. Joining us tonight on the show, we have with us Raghav Awasthi, lawyer, RSS member. Thanks for being here at the studio with us. Also joining us, Smita Prakash, editor, News ANI. And we also will be joined shortly from Kolkata by Dr. Gorgo Chatterjee, who is a TMC supporter. We'll just have him up in just a second. Smita Prakash, I'm sure you have your teams there as well, reporting this very, very difficult situation where it becomes hard for us as journalists, isn't it, to try to sift through these claims and counterclaims of what exactly has set off this terrible round of violence.
You see, what also happens in these kind of cases, it degenerates very quickly. It begins as a rally. It then degenerates into clashes between two groups. It takes on a religious color. From political, it becomes religious. From religious, it becomes political. But as soon as it becomes a conflict between two religious groups, yes, you immediately cannot report on it, because what happens is that it becomes, there are certain terminologies which we cannot use. We cannot say Hindus and Muslims fought against each other, and you can't do those things. Then you right, say two communities, you come under certain regulations. Yeah. So what you can actually see for yourself, which is brandishing of swords, which is riot police and riot gear, using tear gas, sure, these are all horrific pictures which all of us want to report, that it is two communities which are fighting out there. But at the same time, there are these political groups which infiltrate into these groups, and then it becomes politico-religious. So right, as journalists, we really don't know how to report these kind of scenes anymore, because it can result in inflammatory things which can become a nationwide thing, not just restricted right, to Smita, one state or one region in a state.
No, that's right. That is a challenge. But I want to ask you, Raghav Awasthi, that it's not even a case here where it appears to be political parties actually infiltrating these processions. You actually have a situation where your own state president, when I say your own, I actually mean the BJP state president in West Bengal, you'll put those pictures up on the screen again. I mean, this is extraordinary stuff. This is somebody who's a senior leader of a political party brandishing weapons while leading a religious yatra. The question being asked is, is this par for the course? Isn't this a direct incitement to violence?
What I don't understand is that, okay, you are saying that there is this procession where there are people who are brandishing, according to you, they are brandishing weapons.
It's not according to me. If you see the images on
so
the screen,
I've seen the images. I've seen the images. Let me complete. Let me get a sentence in sideways.
Sure.
What I am really surprised is that you have completely omitted to report the fact that there is a senior police officer whose hand was blown off because of a bomb that was thrown by somebody who did not belong to the Hindu community.
Wait, referred to it in her
listen
report.
to me. Let me complete. Let me complete. So the point is just this: you have Mamata Banerjee. You are saying that all these processions are sponsored by the RSS. The RSS cannot even hold a rally in Calcutta, for God's sake. The fact of the matter is that Mamata Banerjee wants to be Queen of the Ashes. She wants to stoke a sense of Muslim victimhood, and she wants to foment riots.
I'll come to the TMC in a second. I'm just asking you on a specific image, which is indisputable, of Mr. Dilip Ghosh leading a procession,
even Muharram
carrying
processions are weaponized, Srinivasan. How is this? I don't understand.
Are you comparing a Muharram procession to what Mr. Dilip Ghosh is doing? I mean,
what is Mr. Dilip Ghosh doing? What is Dilip Ghosh inciting people to start rioting? No. But what Mamata Banerjee's supporters in the TMC are doing is that they are attacking law enforcement officials. And Mamata Banerjee should be out to protect them.
Okay, Dr. Gorgo Chatterjee, TMC supporter. What I was given to understand, and this is what Mukul Roy also seems to be saying, is that this is the first time that the Trinamool Congress itself, Ram Navami processions, yes, have taken place in the past, Hindu groups have led them. But this is the first time that the Trinamool Congress, also perhaps in an attempt to try and play the politics of majority, has taken out Ram Navami processions across the state. And somewhere this violence has been sparked by this kind of competitive majoritarianism.
So, Mukul Roy or whoever are BJP functionaries at this time, especially the Bengali background BJP functionaries who can be ubiquitously seen in Ram Navami processions now, they should ask whether their father or mother ever were doing Ram Navami processions ever in the past. This whole narrative of Ram Navami processions that have always been there is utterly false. Yes, there have been limited Ram Navami processions which have been hundreds of years old in Ram Rajatola, for example, very limited. Completely in line with Bengali culture and
Ram Navami. Oh my God, this is religious bigotry. He's a religious bigot. He sounds like a religious bigot.
It's very important to note the change in tenor. It's very important to note the change in tenor of this Ram Navami business after 2014. What changed? Did Muslims in West Bengal change? Did Hindus in West Bengal change? No. Something else changed somewhere else.
What has changed?
And hence we are seeing this whole onslaught and the import of cowbell Hindu-Muslim political culture here. God. This is completely unacceptable.
This is frankly racist.
But Gorgo
this is a racist rant. I could reply to you in the same coin, but I cannot descend to the level of your bigotry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Raghav, just a second. Gorgo Chatterjee.
If you look at the clip, was anybody speaking Bangla? So these are outsider elements.
Okay, these are outsiders, is it?
Oh my God.
Okay, just a second. Gorgo Chatterjee.
Why should Bengal burn? Because outsiders are...
Bengal is burning under Mamata Banerjee's watch. There's your party that's responsible.
Okay, just a second. Raghav, just a second. Gorgo Chatterjee, the point though is that it is a state government controlled and led by the Trinamool Congress. And surely you would concede, blame game apart, that the state government has failed to contain violence. Even tonight we hear that Asansol is tense, perhaps on the brink of violence. We pray it's not. But that culpability rests at the doorstep of Mamata Banerjee, does it not?
Of course, the state government is solely responsible for law and order, and it is not centre's business. Okay. Having said that, if you let him finish. Having said that, if you have the local MP giving instigating statements, if you have the state BJP leader with swords, brandishing swords, if you have huge amount of funds and other associated materials coming out from across the border from BJP ruled states, we must remember that law and order functionaries have to be successful all the time. Right. But riot mongers and enemies of the people have to be only successful some of the time, maybe one or twice.
Okay,
must remember this.